Mainz агенттігі дайындаған. Бүгінгі кешіміздің ең ал енді достар, бокс сүйерға қызықты сәті басталуда. Бұл достар шайқас, бұл атақ үшін күрес. Ғана жекпе-жек емес, бұл белбеу үшін. Бұл достар тарихта өзінің есімін қою. This is history. This is мүмкіндік. This is not just as a battle for the right to hold the championship belt. Олай болса достар, көп созбай қалды. Only the strongest can reach this moment. IBF және айқасқа рингке Anauel WBO тұжырымы бойынша орта салмақтағы чемпиондық Ngamissengue.
Representing the Congo efforts, he found himself on. Well, the story of Anauel knowing where his next meal would come from, led the pro ranks on the table, took a short when he said that no other alone where his next fight would be. He found his way through offers were coming in. And has positioned himself at Anauel Ngamissengue pull off for a life change whom he was once in the same bracket as here tonight in Kazakhstan.
Оның қарсыласын қарсы алыңыздар. Достар, көп ендеше барша қолдарыңыз тең күткен сәт. Уақытымыз келді. Аямай қарсы алыңыздар. Janibek Alimkhanuly! Шерлесіміз Janibek!
This kind of homecoming.
Town.
This opportunity.
At that time, he wasn't able to. Boxing was an opportunity.
The honor of being one of boxing fights
That wasn't happening, and it's just boxing changes. Great.
he wants. He'll get the moment that he wants here tonight. As we take a look at the tail of the tape, he can launch himself big fights. The Janibek advantage here tonight, a massive.
How to get title from amateur career?
Congo,
He has so many emphatic. Corey, people look at. He's been a champion already. He didn't need to have that many profiles.
Franция, Anauel Ngamissengue. 9 нокаут. Вальдуас. Қызыл бұрышта 16. Қарсыласы жекпе-жек. 16 жыланды Қазақстан Janibek Alimkhanuly. Жеңіс 11 нокаут. Бұл шайқасын достар Von Emschkult, Бельгия. Реферин қарсы алыңыздар. Жан-Пьер. Мырзалар, спорт сүйер қауым, бокс жанкүйерлері. Олай болса достар, адамдармен біз бас таймыз!
Gentlemen, I spoke both of you in dressing. Losing monkeys, you know what I mean. Now I'm be talking about low blows and give you the last instructions. I want to take hands so we can start the fight. In a fair fight and watch out from your head. Good luck.
And in Janibek, who is deemed to be a nightmare. So a dream homecoming for a man-mere matchup for anyone at 160. Acknowledges the greatness of his opponent, but his opponent tonight, Anauel Ngamissengue, he says that he'll turn this fight into a war. He said, "War is where great men fall." And one of the most haunting pre-fight quotes I've heard in some time.
Hey, that's a great line. That's a great line.
Beck's 2 middleweight titles on the line. Round 1 of our main event. Janibek, this one's scheduled for 12.
The one thing I love as a fighter from about Anauel is the fact that he is the jump, meaning he's fighting for the right reasons. He was homeless. Now that he's in a world title fight, you know, fighters come from economic need. Obviously, he does. You can't make this stuff up. Rags to riches, and it's historically been a sport of the poor. Just the sport of boxing is all about has been historically. People come from economic need. For the 20s, it was the Jew, the black, and Hispanics, and obviously people, Irish fighters, 30s Irish, 40s with the Italians. Now the chance that not the most highly educated but thrive in the world through boxing.
Janibek doing some.
They get the opportunity to thrive, not only survive.
Good work to the body here, and again, you think of the different paths they've taken the bracket in the tournament at the Olympics in 2016 to get here. At one point, they were in the same place. They were on the same side of the team. They were expected to face one another. Finally, they will.
The fact that Anauel is going toe-to-toe with him.
With 2 world titles on the line.
You know, I love, mentally say, look, I'm here to fight. But I don't know if that Janibek knows how to break guys down. Systematic's going to work for him in the long run. Because it breaks you down. From the body, headshots, every part of your body makes it hurt. I think Janibek bangs the arms, bangs the shoulders, bangs the hips. Janibek's too heavy-handed for Anauel to stay in the trenches.
Tonight,
and
I'm
seeing it.
This might be the time.
I love it. I love the fact.
Ray, you've been asking for more infighting all night.
They're doing it. I love it.
Ngamissengue.
This guy moves his head in and out, round.
Janibek very crafty on the inside. There's a sneaky shot there from
both guys. But Benavidez, man, you want to fight Benavidez? That Janibek, man, when he's mentioning guys like Canelo and David, I love that. I love that about a fighter. Just shows you how challenging greatness.
Oh, this might be a little bit of a subliminal rub.
He wants to challenge greatness. He wants to be great,
towards Canelo and Benavidez, but Janibek style, so he can have a little bit more of a hybrid approach. Beck said that he's been adding to his style. He said he's been studying the Mexican in the ring moving forward.
No, you know what I say about Janibek right now? Look at the little things stepping to the side feet. Watch his feet. How he slides. This guy's in range, out of range. High boxing. This range, out of range. Highly intelligent. This high boxing IQ by Janibek.
Goes long range shot there from Janibek. It's down. Long range shot there from Janibek. And down the knockdown. Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Should be.
From the official, a delayed ruling there. From the official, a delayed ruling there. First knockdown of the fight.
Pocket. And he's going to back this guy. Pocket. And he's going to back this guy.
Sharp left hand there from Janibek. For Janibek right now. Beautiful counter right hook. Everything cooking for Janibek. Beautiful counter right hook. Everything cooked.
Anauel, even though those punches aren't solid on chin, he's filled every shoulder. He's going to hurt you. Aren't solid on chin. He's filled every one. One of those guys. He hits you in the shoulder. He's going to hurt you. He hits you. He hurts you everywhere he hits. Very heavy. Very heavy.
I mean, we saw that with the first knockdown.
Very heavy.
The shot that buzzed. I mean, we saw that with the first knockdown. The shot that buzzed.
Very heavy-handed.
Big uppercut on the inside there from Janibek. He's not backing down.
They've said.
Back comes Ngamissengue. He's not backing down.
They've said he's the most popular fighter since Triple G. In pocket, and he reminds you a lot of Triple G when he heavy-handed, and he reminds you a lot of Triple G forward. Heavy-handed, stays in the fence, great chin.
Than Golovkin, but yeah, very different stylistic approach than Golovkin, stylistic in terms of the amount of tools that he has at his disposal. Janibek certainly has a lot of them.
See that little movement he did? That was a great fight. Moved his shoulder
on the inside.
See that little movement he did? That was a great fight. Moved his shoulder. Pushed him back with his shoulder. That's a great boxing move. Just use your shoulder to push him back, create space. Just use your shoulder to push him back, create space. I love that. That's throwbacks do that. Use your shoulder, create space for yourself.
Left hand over the top there from Ngamissengue.
Space for yourself.
Left hand over the top there from Ngamissengue.
Didn't move him.
At him, you get the feeling that he wants more of these exchanges. Smiling back at him, you get the feeling that he wants more of these exchanges so that Ngamissengue can open up.
It's the type of fight he wants. That's why he's smiling. That a guy trying to move once. That's why he's smiling. That a guy's trying to move once. And Anauel is trying his best he can. But no. Doing the best he can. Trying to stay active. But punches have no effect.
Hustle a little bit on the inside, backed up by that left hand. But again, you see the weight of those shots of Janibek, mostly gloved. But again, you see the weight of those shots of Janibek. Backing Ngamissengue up when he lands. Two right hooks connect there.
He's not getting hit with any solid punches. Look, moves his head on the inside. Rolls with the shoulder. Look, he moves his head on the inside. Rolls with the shoulder.
Said that he felt a duty to give them a night that they could remember, to the fans of his home country, to give them to the fans of his home country.
I love that attitude. Love that. I think once or twice, and not a lot of them, because I've only seen him. I think once or twice. I've only seen him. He ends a lot of fights early. But he's becoming one of my favorite fighters to watch. He always wants to be one of my favorite fighters to watch. Doesn't cheat the fans. Because gives them their money's worth on a show. He always wants to put on a show. I loved it.
Over Mikhailovich, where he was criticized a little. Ninth round TKO. Last time out scoring Mikhailovich, where he was criticized a little bit playing with his food a little bit. It looked like a fight. It looked like a fight which would have ended in the second round.
Food a little bit. Love that.
In the second round. See which approach he takes.
Playing with his food a little bit. Love that. Yes. Pretty close to show. He shut it down. Now look, close the show. He shut it down. He stays on angles. He stays on angles. It's called a fighter's angle. It's called a fighter's angle. You make yourself smaller for your opponent to hit. When you're on the sideline, you stay on that angle. You make yourself smaller for your opponent to hit. Everything's tight. Everything's tight.
On the inside there from Ngamissengue. A little chopping shot on the inside there from Ngamissengue. A little chopping shot.
Look. Oh man. He's got a lot of Triple G in him. I moved his head on the inside and watched him a lot. When he was younger, you could tell. I know he was a fan of Triple G and watched him a lot. When he was younger, you could tell.
Again, we've talked about the very in the United States, kind of stylistic influences that he has now. Spending some time training in the United States, spending some time training. Big uppercut, just popping the head back of Ngamissengue.
But I ain't going nowhere. I'm right here. Right there. But right there. I ain't going nowhere. I'm right here. Oh, Maybe not the smartest, maybe not the smartest thing again, but he's shown the heart thing again, desire, the hunger he wants to be. Heart, desire to be a champion, to be successful,
Ngamissengue primarily an inside fighter, even fought that way in
to want bigger and better fights.
Primarily an inside fighter. Even fought that way in the amateurs. Really, one of those guys where you saw him fight in the amateurs, and you could immediately see how that would translate to the pros. How that would translate. Good hustle on the inside here. From Ngamissengue through from Ngamissengue with better work.
Because he's getting hit with a lot of shots.
With better work.
I'm telling you what a chin he got. Because he's getting hit with a lot of shots. Keeps coming forward. Keeps coming forward. You don't see a hole there. You don't see a hole there. That hurt Ngamissengue. Did. Beautiful. Yes, it did. That hurt. Beautiful. Ngamissengue. Yes, it did.
Time is on his side, and he will make it to the end of the round.
But he's feeling that punch still.